The Star Wars galaxy was ruled by a number of interplanetary governments throughout tens of thousands of years of history. In this video, we'll be covering all of the major Legends governments in chronological order. Please note that I'm not covering every government ever mentioned, just the major ones that had galactic control for a significant period of time. The Infinite Empire was the very first galaxy-wide government. It was established at an unknown date more than 36,000 years before the Battle of Yavin by the Force-sensitive, dark side-using Rakatan species. They developed interstellar travel early and enslaved much of the galaxy until an unknown plague cut off their connection to the Force, which allowed the slaves to rise up and nearly exterminate them in the year 25,200 BBY. The Galactic Republic was the predominant galactic government throughout the majority of history. It was founded shortly after the fall of the Infinite Empire. It was ruled over by an elected Supreme Chancellor, protected by the Force-using Jedi Order, and endured many galactic wars. Supreme Chancellor Palpatine, the secret Sith Lord Darth Sidious, was the final Chancellor who engineered the Clone Wars that allowed him to take complete control of the Republic and transition it into the Galactic Empire after 250 centuries of democracy. The Sith Empire was created by a group of Dark Jedi in the year 6900 BBY. Their goal was galactic domination and the destruction of the Jedi Order. They were originally ruled over by a Dark Lord of the Sith. Over the millennia, their philosophies and organization would change, but the Sith Empire would control significant galactic space until 1000 BBY and the New Sith Wars, which would see the near destruction of the entire Order at the Battle of YUUZHAN. The Confederacy of Independent Systems was one of the primary factions of the Clone Wars. It was founded 24 years before the Battle of Yavin, but was effectively destroyed 5 years later at the end of the Clone Wars. It was led by Count Dooku and made up of a number of systems that had grown disillusioned by the corruption of the Republic. Unfortunately, they were all pawns in the larger game that Darth Sidious was playing. The Galactic Empire was a reorganization of the Galactic Republic at the end of the Clone Wars, 19 years before the Battle of Yavin. Supreme Chancellor Palpatine took the title of Emperor and ruled the Empire for 23 years until his death at the Battle of Endor. Following the battle, the Empire fragmented, but was a constant threat until peace was achieved in the year 19 ABY, and the Empire was reorganized into the Imperial Remnant. The Rebel Alliance formally began 17 years after the creation of the Empire with the signing of the Corellian Treaty. It was led by Mon Mothma and was an insurrection against the tyrannical Empire whose goal was to restore the Republic. The New Republic was the official governmental reorganization of the Rebel Alliance created after the Emperor's death. It was founded as a democracy upon the same principles as the Old Republic. It survived for 23 years until the YUUZHAN War saw its destruction in the Battle of Coruscant. It was replaced by the Galactic Alliance. The Imperial Remnant remained a significant power in the galaxy after its creation. While they were peaceful with the New Republic, their relationship was tense. Although they originally chose not to join the fight against the YUUZHAN VONG, they would later change their mind and help save the galaxy. They would also go on to fight in and survive the Second Galactic Civil War. At some point before 127 ABY, the Remnant was reorganized into the Fel Empire. The YUUZHAN VONG Empire was a theocracy of extragalactic beings that invaded and devastated the New Republic. They successfully captured Coruscant and destroyed the New Republic, but were eventually defeated when their supreme overlord was killed. The Galactic Federation of Free Alliances was founded 28 years after the Battle of Yavin, near the end of the YUUZHAN VONG War. The government persevered through the Swarm War and the Second Galactic Civil War, but was reorganized into the Triumvirate following the Sith Imperial War. The Confederation was a group of systems that joined Corellia against the Galactic Alliance 40 years after the Battle of Yavin. It was one of the major forces in the Second Galactic Civil War and remained a significant, although peaceful, body of government after the war came to a close. By the time of the Sith Imperial War, it had rejoined the Alliance. The Fel Empire was the successor to the Imperial Remnant, which was ruled over by the Fel dynasty. They shared many philosophies with the Galactic Empire, but also had their own Force-using Imperial Knights. They joined the new Sith Empire in removing the Galactic Alliance from power before the Sith turned on them and took power for themselves. The survivors then joined with the Alliance and the Jedi Order to drive out the Sith and create the Galactic Federation Triumvirate. The new Sith Empire made its presence known 130 years after the Battle of Yavin. Led by Darth Krayt, they took control of Coruscant and ruled for 8 years until the other major galactic powers were able to band together and kill the Sith Lord. The Triumvirate was established in the year 138 ABY and consisted of the Galactic Alliance, the Jedi Order, and what was left of the Fel Empire, and was the last known galactic government in Legends history. So that brings this video to a close. Which government would you like to learn more about? Let me know in the comments and I can get a little more specific about them. If you liked this video, you might enjoy these other comprehensive videos I've done. And if you haven't already, please like this video, subscribe to the channel, and consider checking out my Patreon page. As always, thank you so much for watching, and may the Force be with you.